Alright guys, back at it again today. NOICE CUP V2 quarterfinals. Today we're watching AING MAUNG versus Team Frog, joined by Ansh today. Say hi, Ansh.
Hello. I'm here to replace Jace as he cannot, Jamebot who cannot join us today, and
Choose
yeah.
your agent.
So, how do you think this game's gonna go, Arya?
Considering how the teams played the last games, especially with AING MAUNG and Frog having a lot of key players, most importantly with X-Ray and Elgod and um Kapayung really bringing his team forward sometimes in the last previous rounds. We'll see how they can bring an impact this game. Seems like Aang Mang will be starting on defense, while Team Frog will be starting on offense.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this comp Aang Mang is running, especially running the Viper River?
I think Viper comp is very interesting as you have to play around her walls, her nades. However, once Viper sets it, it's most likely that the defenders know where the attackers are gonna go based on where the Viper sets her Viper wall and smokes.
But the Viper buffs, Riv,
That is
50
true.
DK.
That is true. The Viper buffs are pretty helpful and strong, especially the Molly with the vulnerability that it adds on top of the damage, makes players vulnerable from positions. And this is very important in Icebox as, especially on A, there are loads of angles that players can hide in.
All right, it seems there's gonna be a pause as there's some technical difficulties from the Aang side.
Yeah.
But we can also talk about Team Frog right now. Team Frog, especially with kind of more traditional comp here with Raze and Jet.
Yeah.
What do you think are their chances, River, of countering Aang's new style of comp maybe with Viper?
Um, I think that Team Frog's comp is actually pretty good against Viper, especially as as Jet and Raze have that movement abilities that they can use to go around the mollies, go through the walls, and play aggressive, where and like take those aim duels that uh that counters basically Viper's line of sight blocking.
Especially I find it interesting that Team Frog is not running a Sage,
Oh yeah, yeah.
especially with how important I think Sage is in this map and how
Although
important,
yeah,
especially for the A plant and the for the plants and
although
holding
Sage
that
is
tube.
important, like especially in Icebox, like with those like wall plants. Usually it's pretty easy to counter, especially when you just shoot the wall down like before it fortifies, which may be the reason why Team
Here.
Frog might not want to play Sage. Because they also might want to play like extremely aggressive, and have a sentinel that has abilities that can watch flank rather than a Sage. Because although Sage is a sentinel, Sage's abilities can be really used to watch flank. For example, the Killjoy's turret, alarm bot, and so on. Yeah.
I think this is a really interesting match here. This is going to be a really interesting match, sorry, because I think Team Frog's comp is more of attackers attacker sided, while Aang's comp is more defensive sided.
I agree. Which may be the reason why they chose to go on attack and play this very aggressive comp early on. We'll most likely be seeing sites being committed. Unlikely that they'll do fakes, but yeah,
That's true.
We'll see how the game goes. We'll see how the game goes.
I think the game's gonna be starting soon here. I think Hidden is reconnected. All right, now the game's about to begin. As we go into the first game of the best of three series in the Noise Cup V2 quarterfinals between Aing Maung and Team Frog.
Mm-hmm.
See how they're set up here.
Oh,
Seems like a Killjoy is playing A with Sova.
oh,
Sage of course
looks like
playing
the
tube.
Viper wall messed up.
Toxins going up.
Oh, it's a bit of a one-way for B. Oh yeah. It's
Oh, this is
over
really
X-Ray
interesting.
peek. X-Ray very cautious, not peeking it, not over peeking, just watching the push. Looks like their Jet, Mysterion, gonna head towards over A. Looks like they might start smoking soon. But it seems that AING's reading this pretty well, placing 3 people on A.
Especially with the Killjoy turret detecting the push now. Kappa yung
Cover going out.
kind of whiffs there onto Elgod. Elgod gets the opening pick for Team Frog here as they slowly go to the side.
Last player standing.
Wow.
Successfully have taken the side, and it's
Spike
all
planted.
up to the Viper 1v5 coming around the flank. The turret does not spot him.
I mean, that was really clean.
Yeah,
That was a really clean
I
take from
agree.
Team Frog.
Especially with 3 people on A, that was a surprising take.
Flawless.
Shut down by Elgar.
I mean, what are your comments from this first round, River?
I think that was a very surprising play from Team Frog, as they were able to fight and get picks even though they had that AING had 3 people on A.
I mean, that was a flawless round as well. No
Flawless round
deaths.
as well. No deaths. We're seeing this
let's
interesting
see.
buy though by the Jet, buying a Marshall early
Marshall.
round. Trying to find a pick. Trying to find a pick, I think.
Let's see how it works out for him.
Looks like Mysterion's gonna peek into the spots and gets the pick. on
Oh, gets
Elgod.
water to Elgod.
down
Spike
A.
down.
Spike down A. Info is gathered. Looks like we're gonna see. Oh, we're gonna see a Viper flank here.
I think the Viper already so fast behind. Maybe can catch 1 or 2 off guard, especially with Killjoy playing mid there. See if he gets timing or not. On the wall, perfect for that. Mysterion gets a pick onto Kambayung, but AING trades him out. 3v3 situation right now. However, one's on the flank. The Killjoy.
Enemy remaining.
Viper. That's a.
That was a
that's
was a
pretty
close
decent
round.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really close round, especially
Especially on a full eco.
yeah, the
So,
Marshall pick,
for-
however,
yeah,
I
Marshall
think
pick.
that helped them out a lot.
And the flank
I
by
think-
the Viper.
Yeah, for AING now has a bye. If they lose this round, it might be some big trouble, River.
I agree.
See how-
Although Team Frog's economy is damaged, they can sustain until the next round. X-Ray here just gonna buy a pistol, buying SMG. Vel survived, so he can buy a Vandal. Their economy is looking still pretty strong, even though they got damaged.
See how this plays out for them, though. AING Maung has full rifles right now. Mysterion already making his way. It's really interesting as the Viper tries to force almost all around. I don't know
Yeah. Pushing.
Toxin screen down.
I don't know how
Oh! he
if
gets
Team Frog's gonna
timing.
read.
X-Ray's
Actually,
not
might
gonna
get-
expect this. Oh! Chokes!
Oh,
Chokes! Now they have a pick on
that was
B.
perfect.
Recalling
That was
my boss.
perfect for AING.
Oh, but the Jet gets a pick back on X-Ray, so brings it back to a 4v4. Now that 3 people on B, they don't know that if A still has a person, the Jet needs to get some info for the team.
That was a really big moment, especially for turning the tide.
Yeah.
Oh, Kappa, what a shot!
Spots him out
30
through the
seconds
smoke.
left.
Realizes that nobody's on A, takes A. They're taking it
4v3
right now.
situation, River. I think AING has a chance to win this round if they can
Planted.
play their cards right.
Oh, this off angle by Velt. Gets some damage off, falls back. Seems to be winnable for Team Frog.
Kappa Yung already on the
In an
flank.
interesting position.
Well, gets a pick, but it's traded by AING Vito. Elgod gets one. Tags him up as well.
However,
2v2
they're not expecting
situation.
the fight.
One enemy remaining.
Kappa Yung gets one!
Last
Oh,
player
gets traded out.
standing.
1v1 situation. Hayden versus Kappa Yung. Oh, versus Mysterion, sorry. Oh, gets the kill!
Back to work.
A
Pretty
much
sure he has
needed
time.
round. A much needed round for AING.
Yeah, but if If you see the economy for AING River, the
Not looking
economy
too
is
well.
yeah not looking too well, especially with how Team Frog now has a bye. Their whole team running Vandals with AING's can only affording to buy 3 Vandals. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 3 Vandals.
Yeah, and buy half armor. Very dangerous. Because if you want to take fights with half armor, you have to guarantee the kill. Because if you get damaged, you're gonna be very low and might as well just be dead.
I think Kapayung has blades now, so we can't really count AING out right now, especially with how
That's
aggressive
true.
he's playing. He's pushing up, playing aggressively. See if he
Well,
can
might
get a
not
pick here.
accept this.
Yeah.
Mysterio, though, cautious a bit. Sees him.
He gets one.
Oh,
Almost gets 2 Vel double kills. Brings it back to a 3v3 situation right now.
Looks like Team Frog's still gonna go ahead to B with the Viper solo holding this. He might overpeak.
Toxin
but
screen down.
Elgot gets timinged. Spots X-ray. Now Elgot's gonna push
He
up
knows.
Toxins going up.
Okay, Elgot gets X-ray, but Elgot chases him out. 2v2. It's a very close round,
I have this
especially
fight.
with what's going on right now.
Team
Team Frog. Team Frog has full control of B, leaving for a 2v2 retake situation for AING right now. What can they do? Hayden has all utility available,
Spike
and
planted.
a
One
heal is also
enemy
available for
remaining.
Team AING, but he gets shaded out. I mean, he gets picked off, sorry. 3 kills for Vel this round.
Ooh.
Oh, smart
Gets
play.
timinged. Still has
Can
to
he
check
do in this
this
situation?
corner.
One enemy remaining.
Gets one.
He has a potential res here, but afraid that he's playing too close. He gets flashed, tries to pre-fire it, and it's shut down by Elgod.
You can see the impact of Elgod, especially with how he opened up the site for them, especially that paranoia, allowing him to secure the kill. I mean, especially with how aggressive the Jet was playing at the start. I think it worked out. It almost worked out for them.
I agree.
However, I think Hayden there gets picked off unknowingly. I think he got a bit of timing there.
That would have been a much more easier win for Team Frog though, because on B, when X-Ray was fighting the Viper, he got the info already. He didn't have to repeat, but I think X-Ray wanted to kill. Elgod was already flanking, and that could have just secured a free pick without anyone dying, leading into a 3v2.
Yeah, I agree. It's because of the Viper. Actually allowed the Viper to get a pick onto
Yeah.
him. Made it actually a bit harder for them.
However, they still win, so
Yeah,
no
yeah.
complaints, no complaints.
However, it was kind of close. It was kind of
It was
close.
pretty close.
See how it goes for AING here. AING has to eco right now. Only buying sheriffs.
This is an interesting this hold that AING keeps doing is just letting this Viper solo on B and having 3 on A.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know if this is gonna work out for them because. I mean, sure, A is really important, but if Team Frog is able to read this, they might just go B and abuse the one-man hold on Viper.
But
On
the
B,
thing
sorry.
about Viper, especially in B, the mollies cover pretty much all the angles that they can come through. So maybe that is why they place a Viper, so that they could delay the push and let the rest of AING rotate.
Toxins
Ah,
going
that is
up.
true.
X-Ray is going for the
Scanning ahead.
Looks like there's gonna be a fight with Pumpkin God and Mysterion. They
Here
spot
cheats,
each other
however.
out, yeah.
Yeah, 4 players from Team Frog on A.
Not bad.
Ooh, tags him out though. Brings Vel to half HP. Wooded as well. 20 HP has the heal though.
Just waiting.
For another
Frog
pick.
is just waiting for that to overpeak to get some info. Jordan coming out here, trying to get info. Both teams put up
I think what Team Frog is doing here is trying to wait for AING to make a mistake. They're trying to play off AING's mistakes. Or to secure down Mysterion. Gets a pick onto the Viper. Spots him onto the smoke. Gets tagged though.
One enemy remaining.
So Hayden gets a clean shot though. So what? Only picking out Mysterion. Team Frog, another decisive round from them. What do you think of the match so far?
I think it's very interesting how they have that. Although AING has 3 players on A, Team Frog is playing their A take to perfection, waiting for mistakes, getting the picks, playing passively, waiting for AING to make more mistakes, and taking the side.
I agree as well, especially with how Team Frog they're playing really patiently and how I don't think AING doesn't have a counter for that. Let's see though. Kapayun on the op. See if we can get a
Quite
pick.
aggressive, but he falls back. I think at this point they should just try to play retake because they've always gotten
You should run.
killed on one side.
Yeah, especially when
Gets a
the
pick.
Viper ult gets a pick onto Mysterion. Oh, the Hunter's View almost tagging up.
Oh god, you're
Bring-
being quite aggressive though.
Yeah. Can afford to play aggressively.
Vel gets
Ooh, Vel gets a pick. Chase him out 4v4 now.
Your duty is
Team AING MAUNG going for a retake. Ooh, Vel, what a shot onto Dito. Oh, he didn't chase him out though. But the
still
paint
gets
shells get him.
Kills him with the nade.
Yeah, the paint shell. Wooden already making his way far into the side. Drops down, gets a pick onto Elgod, unsuspecting of the drop. But we're watching it. Two of AING's players coming from there, coming from the left side.
remaining.
That was a clean post plan. That was a clean post plan from them. I mean, as clean as it gets, I guess. I mean, the retake had some potential with how AING MAUNG played that river, but I don't. I don't.
I mean, with the retake especially, it seems that they're not doing anything wrong. They're just losing the aim battles that they need to win, especially against Vel playing from the health position.
Get
Getting
out
a
of my
lot of
way.
value
Scanning
from
ahead.
bad position.
Enemy
Looks like
tank.
they're gonna head towards B. Make a change. Viper still holding it. Can't do much.
Oh, can't do much. He overpeaked there a little bit, trying to at least get one
Bot
pick
coming
before the
back.
push comes in. Here now, AING MAUNG in a desperate situation. 4v5 retake gets picked off by Vel. A 3v5 retake situation now.
Spike planted.
I mean, with an eco riv, I don't know if there's much they can do. Maybe they can get a pick onto Mysterion. Oh, he's like 1 HP. Wadito gets a nice shot onto Vel.
Getting
Can get the Vandal. Oh god, though, gets a pick onto Hayden.
Last player standing.
Battle and loses it.
Oh, it's-
And I either loses the battle.
I mean, this is
Well
looking
played
very dire.
around.
Yeah, really well played out round for Team Frog, but AING MAUNG, they need to have a counter for this.
AING MAUNG needs to play their defense better, as their comp may not be as well for attack, and it seems to be a passive attack comp.
I mean, seen from what we saw from the Phoenix match yesterday, especially with how Jace was saying. According to the comp, Viper makes the map really CT sided when it's usually attacker sided. So
Yeah, it really does, especially with the Viper wall and the mollies. However, the AING MAUNG's Viper isn't changing position for B, and instead always staying at B, not changing the position, not changing the nades, and adapting to basically the situation. I wouldn't, however, gets a pick, leading it to a 4v5 from the attacker side.
see if they can take at least one round. Really help them right now. Mission trying to entry, trying to get the Viper. Viper's 4 HP. Get picked out here. He gets spammed.
Viper ultimate saves him.
He's
This is how
not.
you can play.
He realizes it's behind him already. Udito gets a pick onto Mysterion. 2v4.
Oh god, you're playing a very awkward position.
Last player
And gets
standing.
picked off.
Gets punished for the aggressive nature. X-Ray just trying to get a few picks. For eventually 1v5 situation.
Actually, good
That
back
is
on
possible
Akami
for him.
finds one. Looks for Camping God. Not gonna repeat that off angle.
Revealing area.
Said and
Viper finishes him off. That was a really good hold. I mean,
yeah. Especially what makes Viper so powerful right now is the line of sight that he blocks with his ult and with his smokes and his walls.
yeah, I agree. Especially with how the ult there actually saving his life, healing the Viper.
No, that was the Sage.
Oh, that was a stage. Yeah, the Viper able to hide in the ult,
Yeah,
allowing
his
it,
ult.
allowing her to heal, and denying basically the whole container area, the yellow container area of B side. See though, Team Frog I think going for more of their usual A. Sage playing A River. Already walling off the left side entrance. Kapoing gets a pick onto Mysterion.
Flight.
Let's see if we can do more. Actually tags out Dito here.
Getting the info.
Kapoing can't
Vel.
win the gunfight. Vel, what a nice shot onto Kapoing.
I think Vel right now is feeling himself, winning all those aim duels, getting those picks, getting those man advantages.
I mean, I agree with you. He's on fire. 13 and 5 for Team Frog right now. Especially playing a big factor to how they have a lead right now. Frog playing a bit more slowly, 4v4.
The thing about making trades as a defender, it really doesn't benefit the team, as attackers can
30
still
seconds
just
left.
overwhelming the side right now.
The numbers advantage coming from the attacker side. Ooh, the Viper expects it though. Vel gets picked off. 3v3
Oh,
situation.
looks like they're gonna fall back, make a TP play.
TP onto B.
Time left, 10 seconds.
Viper
they're
may get
gonna
caught
the
off
plant.
here.
10 seconds left.
He has to push it. Toss the decay. I don't think he expects the push.
I don't think he does, Arya. I don't think he does. He might potentially get 3. Viper checks it, gets timing.
Timing? Oh my god, Toss Bogor is really big plank from him. Just one onto the Viper. Unable to get 2, gets traded out by Wooden. The Hunter's Fury trying to deny even more time.
Oh,
He might be able to have this.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, but Elcod!
Elgod killing them right before he gets detained. What a play!
What a play! Oh, Elcod coming up big there. 7-2 River.
An unexpected play by Elgod to catch up and save the round. Wow.
I mean, we've seen Elgod in really aggressive positions, sometimes leaving him in awkward positions, but
Yeah.
a lot of the times he's been getting a lot of value from his aggressive play in Omen with Omen.
Yeah,
Especially with
I
how
completely
he
agree
can-
with you. I mean, Omen is like aggressive smoker. Like it's almost like a duelist with the
Yeah,
flash
especially
and the TP to position yourself.
Yeah,
And
I think
you
he can also use the TP for get out of jail free card in some sticky situations.
I agree.
Team Frog though, making their way to A now. Let's see
Looks
what
like
they
they're
can do.
not expecting the mid push from IQ.
Yeah, X-Ray gets a pick onto the Viper.
Getting into a 4v5. Siege has a res,
he
but
didn't-
now he's playing mid. Looks like
he didn't force to
Compute
rotate.
God's playing an off angle. X-Ray might expect this.
Woohoo!
Another pick.
Blocking sight.
Gets a pick onto X-Ray. Let's see if he can get more. Brings it back to a 4v4.
So back to 4v4 indeed. Looks like it's only gonna be the Killjoy holding on A with 4 people heading towards. It's gonna be a Compute God's rotating back. Spawns on Mysterion.
Ooh, Kappa gets a pick onto Mysterion.
Oh,
Able
Siege
to get
has
a
the
res.
So
They
making
have to
it
play
for
for-
three.
Run.
I
Spike
think they play for a
planted.
retake here.
Looks like
Talas
the
has
retake's gonna be
another-
delayed by the ult.
Yeah.
Just needs to watch.
Tosses
for it.
another ult.
Oh,
Ooh, Kappa gets Vel. It's 3.
Elgod playing a quite aggressive position. Maybe Kampion God could catch him off, or Elgod could also.
Last player
Ooh,
standing.
Hayden wins it.
1v4.
1v4.
Gets one.
Talas 1v3 right now.
Gets 2.
Gets 2.
Enemy remaining.
Gets 3. 1v1. Toss
Placing
might be able to
swarm
clutch this for
grenade.
Team
Swarm
Frog.
grenade out.
This is
Placing
gonna
swarm
really
grenade
hurt.
out.
This is gonna really hurt AING MAUNG if they lose this right now.
Concentrate, Sova.
Be able to get half here.
Hayden has to stick it. Oh!
Oh, Hayden
gets
gets
the
it! Does he get it? Oh,
He
yes,
gets
time, yes,
it!
time, yes,
He
time.
gets it!
Wow. What a round coming from Team Frog.
Oh my god. I think
Bogor coming up big there
yeah.
for Team Frog.
The
Wow.
plant was just too much to the left, not letting the Killjoy see Hayden in the open position.
I think that goes back, River, to what I was saying about Sage and how it's gonna be really hard for Team Frog to plant.
I
If there was
agree.
Sage, they
I
could have
agree.
walled.
They could have
walled.
planted
Yeah,
in
and
better
planted a bit more
position.
back. Yeah. I think that that's one of the drawbacks of the cough. Exactly. Yeah. See, AING MAUNG finally getting a third round. If they can just get 2 more rounds this half,
Look at this
might
aggressive
have.
play by Computing God, playing an off angle on top of the truck. Making those fake noises for X-Ray to be wary of the ult orb. Oh, he's still checking the off angle. Tags
Actually
him.
tags him out.
Scanning ahead.
Tags him out.
This is a really solid. Talas Bogor, the big player coming from last round, getting a pick out the Dito, playing mid, establishing some much needed mid control. Members of Team Frog, sorry, are already making their way towards A side. Wooden left alone in A. He's just to hold it all by himself. He's paranoid.
Yes, yeah.
Mysterion. That was really good
3v5.
coordination coming from Team Frog.
Spike planted.
It's actually really hard for AING MAUNG now. Especially with Bell playing on the rafters. Kapang might get a pick onto Bogor here. If he doesn't suspect it. Oh,
Blocking sight.
spotted out by the...
However, he also spots out the Killjoy. Looks like they're still gonna try to retake this without the jet. Gets picked off by X-Ray though.
Kapang already making his way in. Gets a pick though, but only taking 1 with him. 8-3
Last round
for
in
Team
the
Frog.
half.
Very strong showing in the first half here.
I agree. Team Frogs playing this extremely well, playing each round to perfection, taking the sides, watching their angles, using their abilities to the full potential, and just playing well.
I think what also they're doing well is, again, playing off AING's mistakes.
Yeah, and
How they're
AING's
overpeaking,
not
over-aggressing.
AING's just not adapting to
Get out of my way.
Team Frog's playstyle. That's the issue here.
Team Frog always seemingly after losing a round having an answer to what AING is doing.
Swarm grenade.
Ooh,
Swarm
Wooden
grenade
gets
out.
tagged out by Mysterion. The shock dart almost landing. Mysterion pops the kunai as they again prepare for another A take. Bogor already still in B, trying to catch a lurk. Vel gets a pick onto Kapayung, playing close angle. The close angle, sorry. Gets tagged out 5 HP. Hayden gets Vel but gets straight out. Dito gets one onto Mysterion. Elgot trades him up though.
Enemy remaining.
X-Ray gets a pick onto...
Oh!
What a shot! What a shot coming from X-Ray.
Killing him while
Switching sides.
Planting.
Looks like it's gonna be half time. Switching defenders.
This is a really important round, River, especially for Team AING MAUNG.
Yeah.
If they
wanna
win this
bring it
pistol,
back.
they're gathering some momentum, especially coming in from the attacker side, where our statistics are seen to be very strong.
And if Team Frog gets this, it brings it to 11-3, which is a match point. Giving quite the pressure for AING. Looks like they're gonna do a mid push right now. However, Viper not using any lineups to block some LOS, create some LOS. Oh, here's the lineup. Seems like they're gonna head towards B from mid, as they do not have the Sage. This is where they're abusing the fact that Team Frog does not have the Sage.
Recalling my
Defense
bot.
call.
Talas might get some here. Oh my! That's all of them pass. Oh, gets one, but Kapang trades him out.
Spike down
2v4
One
for...
enemy remaining.
Oh, what a disaster! Leaves Wooden. I don't know how much he could do in that situation.
I agree.
That's the worst that could have played out for
For,
Team AING MAUNG here.
It's good that they tried to abuse the fact that they do not have a Sage, but it wasn't that good that everybody had to push through that one choke point. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's very easy for them to get caught off, and lose the aim battles, especially with like a lot of angles that they have to care in B. It
I
poses
mean,
an
if some
issue.
of them, if they knew they didn't have a stage, I think it would have, what would have been a better play if they split with tube as well,
Yep. Yeah.
instead of just pushing through that one choke point under tube in mid.
I'm somewhat buying some sheriffs.
Wooden gets tagged out though.
Campion God gets picked off by Vel on A.
Yeah, with the Marshall, I don't think he expected the Marshall. Off angle, he's on top of the boxes.
Tries to fight it. Might lose. Vel playing a
See,
very
that-
awkward position here with the Marshall. But it still
Ooh, gets a pick!
Here's close, sees one of the. Oh!
Hated!
Hayden hits
Standing
the
ahead.
shot.
Our spike carrier is dead.
Into a 2v4 situation.
down.
Mysterion gets one though. Unable to
One
get another.
enemy remaining.
Talas gets one more. 1v4 situation for Hayden.
down.
Hayden gets one more though. Can just get
Two bullets on the
bring this
sheriff,
down. Shoulder peek.
and gets sprayed down by X-Ray.
I mean, there's too much. There's too much to check there,
Yeah.
especially in the 1v3.
Wow, Team
This
Frogs
this is looking like Team Frog's running away with it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Team Frogs won this. Like, their defense is on point, especially with this comp. They're pulling their duelists on A, which where most of the aim duel happens and where Raze's utility can be maximized, which is a smart play. And right now, Vel might be trying to play an aggressive position.
See if we can get some value here for this position. Ooh, he faces off.
Oh,
Dito
I
gets
think
two.
so.
Mysterion trades out.
Another one.
Trades out at least one for with Hayden. Getting a pick onto Hayden. See though,
He repositions
actually already
himself
making his
in an
way.
awkward
Hellgod with the flank. Mysterion gets one more. Gets one more too. The
Last
Viper trades
player
out 2v2
standing.
situation. Oh, Kappa expects the flank from Hayden. X-Ray, can he clutch it up? Oh, finally a round from AING MAUNG. A bit too late though. I mean, anything is possible, River,
Yeah,
but
I agree. It's still possible. It's still possible. For sure.
given the situations, they have to win.
They do have to win this round.
And considering how that round was a bonus, and
Still
AING
managed
MAUNG
to-
having to force buy, this time Frog has guns. See how they can play this. We've seen time and time again how Team Frog has been able to counter AING's attacks. I think one of the difficulties though, River, is not having a big smoker like Brimstone or
Yeah.
Omen or Astra, and having to play Viper with who has only one smoke.
Targets destroyed.
Ooh. Mysterion finally gets an answer for the two initial picks that Team Frog has put onto AING MAUNG here.
Looks like Vel's gonna head towards mid, not checking the fact that he X-Ray expects it, however, and gets a pick.
I mean, they're just reading them, River.
Yeah, they're reading them pretty well. It's a 2v4 for AING. Might not win this. AING Dito might get caught off here. Get timing. by
Might
Vel.
get a pick.
Last player standing.
Ooh, Vel! It's a pick, and then
All up to Hayden.
1v4 Hayden might do some damage to the economy, but it's unlikely that he'll win this. I mean, oh, Talas!
Gets the plant off at least.
Yeah,
Seems to be
get some
pretty
money.
winnable,
30
1v3.
seconds left.
Yeah, actually, but
Planted.
Full
flank. Elgod and Vel already making their way behind.
util.
Might catch off here. Oh, the drone
And the need to top it off.
had the nade to top it off. There's not much he can do there, especially with how much util is being thrown at him. The retake.
Team Frogs they're just playing well in terms of their aim and their ability usage, as
Revealing
we
area.
just saw.
Match point.
Trying not giving a single chance to Hayden.
I mean, it goes to show the util usage from Team Frog is actually really well, considering how much util they had leading up to the retake. That means they're not getting baited out. Their util's not getting baited out.
Yeah, and they're also not making mistakes, not over peeking, using their abilities first before pushing in so that they can win the aim duel much more easier.
Let's see if AING MAUNG can actually get an extra round here.
To run!
The ult being used from the side of
Oh, that's a
AING MAUNG.
pick.
Trying to get a pick. Kapayo gets a pick onto Bogor.
Get
Might
out
be
of
able
my
to get
way.
the
Spike
Vandal, but
down,
Mysterio
attacker
chases it out with
spawn.
Dito. 2v4 situation. Kapayo gets a pick onto Mysterio and blades out.
One
Oh,
down.
Winner gets a pick 2v2.
2v2, Jet with the ult.
I got the spike.
This seems very winnable for AING.
Winnable, exactly. Oh, he gets spotted. Oh no, that was his teammate.
Yeah, it does. So, X-Ray's heading towards B. Gets spotted up.
Gets spotted out. I think they know now. X-Ray's on his way. I think he should wait for Vel here. X-Ray
Revealing it.
try to.
Spike planted.
Gets
Recon
destroyed.
already destroyed. Vel slowly making his way
Enemy
back there.
remaining.
X-Ray gets a pick onto Kappa, and that was big, especially on the retake. I wouldn't getting pinched here from both of Team Frog's alive players right now.
Oh, but Wooden is like Wooden's playing a pretty off-angle position, trying to catch X-Ray off guard. However, X-Ray just already repositioned himself.
Oh, here's a drop.
Up and
Oh, X-Ray wins the gun duel. That's the first map going to Team Frog River. Oh,
bit of answer there with the ult.
Defenders win.
Today is not
I don't know what to say. This is a
That was-
beatdown from Team Frog.
Yeah, it was a pretty hard beatdown by Team Frog. There were rounds that AING could have won.
Yeah, they
And-
just didn't over-aggress, I'm pretty sure. Kapayong,
Kaipa
the sole performer from Team AING, yeah.
Yeah, and played.
I
He played
agree.
very well. He got those picks on defense. He got those picks on attack, and he won those aim duels that tried to help AING retake the site. But I think AING could have used their abilities more efficiently, and they could have used it rather than early, more late. Like most of the time in defense, I could see that Hayden, he already lost his drone. He used his dart early. Like, there's no point in using that once if Team Frog is already making noises and like pushing towards A.
I also agree in which I think Team AING came really underprepared in this match, especially with the setups they're doing and how they're not able to counter Team Frog's play.
Yeah, Team Frog's aggressive play, as for example, like we see them pushing A over and over again, even though they had three people on A. They could have switched it up, like for example, placing Killjoy on B instead, and letting the Viper play on A, blocking the LOS and the LOS of Team Frog, and denying the information, denying the picks, and stalling for time. Could have been much more how do I say much more efficient and much more helpful for AING.
I mean, let's see if they can turn around the second match over, but this is gonna be really scary, especially for Team AING.
Okay.
Alright.
We'll see
Now
in
we'll
the
see you
next
guys in the
game.
second match. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Where we hope to see Team AING come back. See you later. Alright guys, back at it again. We're joined today by River again on map 2.
And looks like Elgod and Vel gonna play aggressively on A, getting that early information, knowing that they're probably gonna go B or C. In
mean,
fact,
we'll see.
B completely open with just Mysterion.
Looks aggressive push from Team Frog. Actually, I get to pick, but Dito chased him out. Oh.
After the kill.
Careful now.
Get some damages off.
Get out of here.
Well, gets a pick onto Kapayong.
Oh,
Oh,
so
Dito
supports him
though.
off.
Spike down A.
Flashes, but he's not gonna make a play. Not gonna push off after that flash. It's already a 3v2. They have the man advantage. They know they just need to fall back.
River, I think this map, AING's playing a bit more confident compared to the other map. I'm pretty sure this is their actual map pick this time. Instead of wearing Icebox, they were just like, they were so lost not knowing what to do. They seem to
30
have
seconds
Yeah.
left.
Now, AING's pretty, like, feeling this out pretty well. Just flanking here. Pretty
Sorry, bro.
Ooh, gets a pick onto Elgod at the flank.
And Hayden gets
Cover going out.
but they might not expect us over.
One enemy remaining.
And, yep.
Spike planted.
A 1v2 for Hayden.
Can do this. Ooh, gets a dink!
Flash.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, gets one! That was really close, especially with how low Mysterion was.
Yeah. How the Cypher play pushes out the smoke. Pretty crazy in my opinion. Very confident play by Talos Boger to win out the round and get the trade.
Oh my, I mean... Let's see how this...
Right here.
Comp are, they seem very similar in my opinion.
Yeah, especially, the only difference being, I think, the Killjoy and Cypher,
Yeah.
and the rest being the same. Basically a mirror comp from both teams. Let's see how it plays out for both teams. And Vel already making his way into garage. Peek out here and try to get a pick. Well, pick onto Hayden.
Oh,
I get
just-
two, but the frenzy takes him out.
Flashes and
Careful now.
volleys. However, might not be X-ray, and he
Taken
doesn't.
Oh, X-Ray gets dinked though.
Looks like AING's in a pretty decent position with the half-buy especially. Talos Boger here playing it very closely and gets picked up by Kampung God.
Kapayong.
And now,
3v3 situation,
and now that
right?
the Cypher got picked off, Team Frogs wanting to head out back into A. Elgod here lurking in a very good lurking position. Might catch off Kampung God right now. Making it in a
One
to a
enemy
3v2,
remaining.
And now a 3v1 from X.
Standing ahead.
Using his util to find out where
Spike
the wall planter
planted.
is. Spots him out, gets the flash from Elgod, and gets killed from
Good.
default position.
Damn, that was...
That was
Well,
pretty
that-
well
again,
played
another-
by
yeah.
Team Frog,
Especially with Elgod's flank and how he catches out the Jet.
yeah, that was pretty big. Once you get the flank on that position, from that position, you can. Elgod is in a really good position to retake and full control. It has full control of Garage, getting that info, knowing that the last two are probably going to be on site pushing CT. That was pretty well played by Team Frog in my opinion.
I mean, let's see. We'll see how they have an answer for
AING's go
Uh,
by.
Okay,
yeah.
let's get set up.
Oh, it looks like they're gonna play very aggressively in mid. Back to the very left.
Well, God! Oh my God!
Gets spawned. Trying to find. Idean is gonna take the fight. Gets one pick.
Mysterion trades him
Actually
out.
playing log. Gets some damage off.
Shock dart.
Gets killed by
He
the
might die from the
shock
shock dart!
One enemy remaining.
Oh, the swing too wide though.
Spike down.
Gets a pick onto X-Ray, but Mysterion trades him out. Hayden gets one more. I think he suspects that Elgod's playing in this corner. 1v2 situation. If he can just get a pick onto Elgod. Mysterion though.
Even if he did get the pick, he would have gotten traded out for sure.
Yeah, I mean the double.
Yeah,
They're both holding the same angle. Yeah.
The Mysterion repositions himself in a really good position so that they can win the 1v2 for sure. Like, yeah. Looks like they're gonna head towards C eyeing this time. However, X-Ray is holding C long, and we know how dangerous X-Ray is, especially in his past team with Anarchy.
Caution here.
Yeah, so we've seen him in this tournament as well from the first iteration of Noise Cup, where he has a lot of impact, especially
Oh, gets a
gets a
sprays
pick.
grab.
While we were talking about him, actually gets a pick onto the Phoenix. Jet dashes in, Kapayong gets a pick onto X-Ray, but gets straight out by Vel. Vel gets 2 playing from Garage. Might get 1 more, but Hayden trades him out. 2v3 for AING MAUNG right now.
One enemy remaining.
Elgod gets 2 though to secure the round for Team Frog.
I agree.
4-0 River for Team Frog.
But with the full eco, that was pretty like with the half buy, that was a good some decent damage to their economy. If all of them survived, if all of them survived from Team Frog, their economy would be much stronger, and that could win them much more future potential rounds.
I agree. And especially with how important a round for AING MAUNG right now is if they get carried away, losing too much rounds like last time, this is gonna be really hard for them to make a comeback.
Sort of pick. This is
Mysterion. I think he legged him there.
With the ult, I think he's gonna make an entry play right now, but right now they made too much information. As we can see, Elga's already rotating back into a cautious.
You should
people on
run.
A.
Now the ult gives it away. Kappa we've seen though in the previous map where
Now everyone from Team Frog starts to rotate.
Left side now.
Yeah, AING still has full control of. AING now has full control of A.
Kapayong though, we have to watch him. His
Spike
blades
planted.
is really big.
Oh,
Oh, I think Mysterion also pops his blades.
Nowhere
See
to
if they can
run.
counter each other. The Hunter's Fury coming in from the side of AING MAUNG, and
Joke's over.
both sides tags out. All the ults coming out this round. Mysterion gets a pick, Kapayong trades it out with Elgod. Hayden gets 1 onto Mysterion. Das Boger gets 2, the blades miss. The right click misses. Hayden though trades it out. 2v2 situation.
One
Post
enemy
plan situation.
remaining.
X-Ray gets picked. Das Boger 1v2. Das Boger gets 4. That was a hectic round River, especially all the ults being used.
Spike defused.
I agree. Once,
Look how low Talas is.
but it seems that Team Frog wins out in the ult battle with AING using 4 ults and Team Frog only using 3. Finding much more value out of it as well.
That's true, especially winning the round. It's gonna be really hard, especially on AING's ult economy, in which they don't have a lot of ults, especially with the.
See, I think what as we can see from Team Frog right now, they're always switching up their position. So Jet was before on A, but now he's gonna look for a pick from Garage. Getting
Kapayong punishes the over-aggression for Mysterion as he peeks out of Garage, leaving a man advantage for Team AING MAUNG here.
But he's able to bring back Talos Broker.
Through the wall.
Oh god, it's very interesting.
Elgod gets 2!
Flashes and
Getting inside
falls
his
at
smoke.
positions.
One
The
enemy
smoke
remaining.
and
X-Ray
calls out
gets
for
2 on his
X-Ray.
own,
down mid.
leaving 1v3. Team Frog able to turn this around, Wooden left alone. Elgod here, Elgod gets picked off, 1v2 situation. Definitely winnable, River.
I agree,
But-
especially with X-Ray being low right now. Now Fudge wins the aim pool. As we know from the last match, Vel's aim is crazy.
He's
So
crisp right now.
He does
hitting
not
everything.
miss those. He does not miss those right now.
Oh my. 6-0 for Team Frog right now.
I think AING is actually not doing that bad on their attack. It's just that they're getting some awkward. They're playing in some awkward positions, which leads to a pick and a man advantage for the other team.
I think Team Frog as well, seeing from even the previous map, they're always prepared with with different setups, different answers for AING's attacks, and they're able to read AING's attacks really well.
Agree. Phoenix is not gonna check garage right now, and he, Campion God just enters window very easily. But it looks like Mysterion's still watching it, still aware.
See, exactly, even looking from this, Mysterion's aware of the fact that Kappa and God's already in there, in Windows already. And Vel might be able to get Dito here. Whoa!
Spike down. C.
What a shot by Dito onto Vel. X-Ray needs to pick hard on long play. Mysterio gets to pick a team kill
Last
from
player
AING MAUNG.
standing.
Kapayo gets one, misses the up shot though. Dodges the up shot, but Mysterio finishes off with the classic. I think there was a team kill, River.
Oh, I see.
There was a team kill.
Wait, what?
There was a team kill on the Phoenix from AING MAUNG.
Like,
I'm pretty sure. I think
team-
a shock dart. I think a shock dart accidentally hit the.
Oh, that might have costed the round.
Yo,
Because they had a lot of
this
picks
is a
up
nice
there on the attack side. But ultimately got shut down.
Get out of my
Seer
way!
here repositioning himself again. Here's the info. Here's the jet. Might try to look. This is a shot, and that cost him his life. Chokes! And Campion God still gets it with no points. Oh god, on top. And now he's TPing back into the smoke. They don't expect it, but only able to get one pick.
River, I think there seems to be a problem with the
Spike
overlay right
planted.
now. I think
Deploying
difficulties
drone.
going to fix it soon.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
I think the overlays are switched. Are you
Last player standing.
Yeah. So, just turn on. Please comment. You comment.
Wait, what?
You commented. I'm gonna fix it. One second.
Okay, okay.
We're muted, right?
No.
I should.
I'm muted you now. I'm muted. It seems that we're having some technical difficulties, so I'll be the only one commentating for now. But other than that, looks like AING MAUNG is able to get their first round today. In this map, which finally may put some momentum and give some good money and credits for future rounds that they can use, and hopefully win future rounds. X-Ray here getting the orb, just making some noise so that Elgod may peek, but it looks like they're gonna go for a 5-man push. Elgod realizes this, falls back, gets the information. It's gonna be a 2v5 side hold for Frog. Pre-fires. It's gonna get caught off by the Phoenix. Takes a lot of damage. Needs to fall back by now. Killjoy ulting. X-Ray gets a 1 pick. First blood. 4v5 right now for attacker side. Gets another pick from Mysterion. Vel here. Waiting for the ult to end. They're still gonna commit to this, but X-Ray is able to ult, delaying the plant, allowing for Mysterion to get to a better position, looking for the kill, pre-firing. Vel gonna flash again to possibly push out CT. Talas Bogor gets a pick. It's gonna be a 1v5 for the Killjoy. Gets one, but gets picked up by Vel. An amazing rob by Frog. Well played. Looking for those 1v1 engagements to get up a pick.
Plays back after halftime, so stay tuned for that. What did you think of last round, River?
It was an amazing hold by Team Frog. Even though Elgod was taking some damage in the beginning, he was able to reposition himself better. Reposition himself for those engagements and play in a more safer angle. And get the picks to win the round, basically.
8-1. This is looking very decisive for Team Frog right now. Tasboger already getting a pick.
Over! You're dead!
Cage triggered. Pushing out.
Pick out the Tasboger.
Vel responds back with the Phoenix ult. He's in a safe angle though. Quite odd, especially with using a Phoenix ult.
Spike planted.
Mysterio almost might have been able to get a pick there on Dito. Let's see though.
Hardly a 4v4 right now. Good wall by there, Phoenix. Playing a off angle. Extra here looking for the flank.
Ooh, Dito.
And
Mysterion gets a pick, but he's traded out by the Phoenix.
Last player standing.
Hellgod gets papped in the smoke by Hayden. And X-Ray coming from the flank. Ooh, gets one onto Dito. Get more.
who gets
What, 3?
what an amazing spray transfer. He knows that the omen was there due to the jiggle peek and just continues to spray. Flicks onto his head so cleanlessly and effortlessly. An amazing touch by X-Ray to win the round, put them in a good position, put Team Frog in a 9-1 lead. I wonder how AING MAUNG is gonna respond. X-Ray, I mean X-Ray is just X-Ray on Haven. We know that his Haven is just crazy. Especially like with a 14.5 KD, X-Ray is just popping off right now. This is his map.
Coming, especially after a round like that, where that was 3v1.
Yeah.
I don't know if AING's gonna come back from this, especially
Additionally,
on their mentality. Yeah.
This might put an effect on their mentality. I was just about to say that. And they're just doing look, AING MAUNG is just doing the same push over and over again. They're droning in garage, no one's in garage, so then the jet pushes onto window. I feel like they need to switch it up now. They're using the same tactics over and over again. And Team Frog is just completely reading that, getting 2 picks in garage. Bell re-peeking, playing the same position on platform here. Looks like they're gonna realize the mistake, and Hayden has to watch flank now. A 2v5 position, 2v4.
Ooh, Kappa gets a pick onto Elgod though. Vivs
That's just
with the tailwind.
Very ballsy play in my opinion. Hayden though is gonna peek up window and watches CT with just holding this crossfire.
This is looking dire from them for AING MAUNG.
They're gonna get pincered by X-Ray and
Yeah. Even though Kappa has a Vandal, what can he do with it?
30
That
seconds
is the question.
left.
low HP. X-Ray's watching.
Last player
From
standing.
Rondo expects the peek. It's all up to Hayden. 19 seconds left. This is looking
Thinly
very
misses,
dire.
yeah. I don't know about this River. This is very tough, especially for
10 seconds left.
AING MAUNG. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that round really hurt them, especially on the mental side.
The thing with
Last
AING is
round
that they
before
don't
the
have much
switch.
tactics and flexibility to change up their pushes. Like as we know, they always the plays that they're making are either just full Aeon pushes or like full commits or garage pushes into window. They haven't really tried to use B, or they've lurked there before, but not really utilize the potential of B side takes or so on.
Get out of my way!
Now it's gonna be a
Feeling
full
area.
retake. X-Ray's gonna get the information. He's gonna fall back. Not over peak. Well played by X-Ray, giving that information to his teammates. They're all gonna rotate from B, and now it's gonna be a hard take from AING MAUNG. They're gonna have 4 people on A.
They're not doing anything to fake them out. They're not doing.
Yeah.
They're just
I agree.
trying to brute force their way to their side. That's
Although they do have control of the side.
yeah. Then
Look
all
at the
their
Molly
utilities,
use. Molly use as well.
all their
It's a-
utilities been used. Oh, the Molly denied the entry for just a little bit longer. Kappa and God has the blade swap. Able to get Elgod.
We might let this out due to the 1-1 that are coming from Team Frog.
One enemy remaining.
It's gonna be
It's 1v3.
1v3
Bogor, can he clutch it up for? Don't fix him out. 10-2.
I
For
think
Team
for
Frog,
Team Frog just now,
Switching
they
sides.
made those over-peaking mistakes. They were confident. I mean, to be fair, it is a 10-1 lead, so they can be confident.
Yeah, they can. They can afford to be confident, but
That just costed a single round.
yeah, but
Facing alarm bot.
I don't
oh,
know.
River,
I
maybe
still
this
don't know
might
if
be the
I-
start of something, you know? This might be the start of something.
That's true. But especially since the sides have been switched, I don't think the momentum can be carried on to the next half. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, It's gonna be really hard, especially
And like especially with Haven, mid take is look. It looks like Team Frog is gonna go for this mid take and try to go for those aim duel 1v1 aim duels that they're likely to win. Just using their aim and aggressiveness to their advantage. Looks like there's gonna be a double peek from AING Maung with Company God and AING Dito.
Bogor might be able to get one here. Maybe we'll get one here.
Beat that block
Oh,
sight.
gets picked off. That's a 4v5.
Oh. If you see Team Frog, their attack setup, they're all very spread out, trying to get picks, lurking, trying to cause confusion so that if you see on AING Maung's players, they don't know where they're going. They're not giving any information. And that's what's playing to their.
However, the
that's
Company God's able to push up A, knowing that nobody's on
Engineers
A.
down.
Flash.
Hell, that's the pick out of Wooden. The Phoenix trades him out. Hell God, though gets a trade onto the Phoenix. Mysterion gets one to Hayden.
One
Put a
enemy
shot. The
remaining.
tailpick
Gets
him.
another one on AING Dito. It's gonna be 1v3 for Company God flanking in Garage. Get started. Has to wait for the dart to finish so they know that
Spike
it's not
planted.
there.
I mean, that was a 180 from Mysterion there to kill Hayden.
That's the double peeking,
Ah.
switching out. They're really confusing Company God right now. Playing well,
I mean-
playing as a team.
Oh, yeah, they're playing as a team. Exactly, their teamwork is also.
Yeah, they're coordinating
the highlights
extremely
today.
well.
I don't know how AING Maung's gonna counter this, especially 11-2. This is looking like Team Frog's running away with it.
Yeah. And it's quite surprising because Team Frog's a pretty new team and they're just working extremely well together.
Yeah, and especially with how established AING Maung is, and
Yeah.
we've seen them in previous tournaments as well, where they perform really well. It's just that I think Team Frog is.
It's just much more well coordinated, much more adapting and changing their play
Careful now.
style all the time so that AING Maung can now do them.
Look at this. Now they had C control just like that. Team Frog is C control. AING Maung has to play for the retake, especially with the
With a low buy.
low buy, exactly.
Spike planted.
Yeah,
Gonna still get a pick from
Get a
off the
pick.
position, and Vel's gonna peek out at the same time to support Mysterion. Gets two, Vel gets two. And
pushing up very
Company
aggressively
God
here in
looking for
CT.
this
I get
kill.
picked off here. Ooh, Kappa and God.
Oh, it's a 2v3 now. This is
2v3, yeah, this is winnable for AING Maung.
I wouldn't push
Jet
out.
playing on backside there. Be able to get picked
Oh.
off. Yeah, Mysterion gets picked off, but Toss Booger. X-Ray and Toss Booger working very well together, getting the last two players of AING Maung.
I think it's over.
Putting Team Frog onto match point.
Match
I mean,
point.
there's not much you can do right now. 10 straight rounds seems very unlikely, especially with how well Team Frog has been playing.
I agree.
I mean, I think what hurt them the most was the 1v3 on X-Ray. That was the round where they could have started something, maybe gain some momentum on their side, but then
Time to mix things up.
X-Ray playing that to perfection and able to net another important round for this team. And Team Frog has rifles now. We got playing in the Omen smoke. I get spotted out by Vel here. He goes in. Oh my god! Oh my god, the timing. If Vel just pushed in a little bit, that would have been.
Cover going out.
He would have netted a kill there.
Yeah,
Toss
interesting
Booger,
push
the
from Toss.
lurk onto A.
Gets a
With
pick.
Dito, unsuspected, gets a pick on Dito.
Nailed them.
Mysterion able to get a pick, however. Papa's God,
Enemy
still
remaining.
alive for so long.
Come on, let's go.
1v4. Ults as well, it's even over.
Attackers
That
win.
was
How
just,
much to do
that was
there.
just like well timed. Like as soon as the Cypher got a pick, Jet, Phoenix flashes for the Jet. Jet dashes in, bop bop bop, gets the picks and takes B.
I mean, that was really good coordination. Again, Kappa and God, 15 and 4.
14, yeah.
293 combat score. He's playing really well, but
I feel like no. I mean, like just because he plays well doesn't necessarily mean that
Yeah, I mean,
he's not making the plays to make the team win. He's just getting kills. Like it
he's
is
just
his
getting
job.
kills exactly.
Yeah, it's his
Well, in
job
the
for
case
sure.
of well, in the case of Team Frog, I think their teamwork is very
Yeah.
is the highlight of today, especially seeing how um yeah, I mean even you see in the even up until the last round, they're not letting anything slip. They're coordinating, they're talking to each other.
Yep.
I don't know what's do you have any more comments on it?
Yeah, I do. Like, I think Aing Maung needs to. Although they're a solid team for sure. Their tactics, they're solid, but they need a change. They need to adapt. Like the worst thing that you want in a Valorant, like in a Valorant competitive match, is for the other team to read your tactics and for the other team to expect what you're doing. And like unpredictably being unpredictable is like the name of the game of Valorant. You want to be unpredictable because then the other team can counter you. You're gonna get picks. You're gonna play well. You're gonna win rounds if you're gonna play unpredictable but smart, right? And I think Aang Mao needs to work on that.
I mean, especially yeah, the clutch from X-Ray, the 1v3 that really hurt them, I think.
I
And
agree. I agree. They weren't. I think especially in that 1v3, they were just like peeking out one by one by one. If they
yeah,
were coordinating, jiggling, and just like using their utility, like as from compare this from so let's say the Icebox game. There's this 1v4 from Aing Maung and Team Frog. What Team Frog does, they use their utilities first, finds out where the person